and then we need to understand what is the process being involved. Okay, so as an author, because this particular webinar we are going to concentrate.
And when you talk about the research question, how to write a good research question, the good research question would make
you can enjoy with this journey to benefit from this chat GPT. Actually,
Greetings to all the participants presenting. On behalf of QA Research and Publication, I would like to welcome you all for the webinar on article publication in reputable journals. QA serves as a platform to publish research articles in prominent journals and conferences proceedings. We assist authors in publishing their research findings in high impact factor journals, promoting their work, enhancing their reputation, and building a strong scientific profile. Among several indexing databases, Scopus is one of the most preferred for publishing articles. The wide recognition and impact of these journals make them highly valued in their academic careers. We have recently collaborated with the Scopus Q1 journal, FN1000 Research, published by Taylor and Francis. The authors can now easily submit their articles through a partnered gateway with FN1000. FN1000 Research is an open research publishing platform for scientists, scholars, and clinicians that offers rapid publication of articles and other research outputs without editorial bias. All articles benefit from transparent peer review and editorial guidance on making all source data openly available. Now, we'd like to welcome our speaker, Dr. Hamad J. Hobaid, who is an assistant professor at the Department of Computer Science, Faculty of Computer Science and Mathematics, University of Kufa, Iraq. Dr. Hamad holds a bachelor's in computer science, a degree in information systems from the College of Computers, University of Anbar, Iraq, 2001 to 2005, and a master's degree in computer science engineering from School of Information Technology. And he holds a doctorate of philosophy from Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad, India, 2010 to 2013. Ahmed Sheikh supervised several final projects for bachelor's and master's in his mainline work. Also, he have authored and co-authored several scientific publications in journals, books, and conferences with more than 75 plus journal research articles, 5 plus book chapters, 15 plus conference papers, 10 plus conference proceedings, 8 plus book editing, 2 plus patents. Ahmad J is also a reviewer in many Scopus, SCI, and ESCI journals, example CMC, IETE, IJAS, IJIPM, and so on. Once again, we welcome you, Doctor. You may start. You may start now, doctor.
Okay, thank you. Uh, Good afternoon from Iraq. My voice is audible.
Yes, doctor.
Yeah. First of all, thank you very much for to invite me to be a speaker for this webinar. And also, this is the third time I have accepted the invitation from your company for present some of seminars about the research work publication. So first of all, let me to share first the seminar. Okay, now it's visible at your side.
Yes, doctor.
Yeah. So thank you again. My seminar is
Doctor,
related.
sorry for interrupting. Kindly zoom the display, doctor.
What should I do?
Kindly zoom it, doctor. Keep it on full screen,
Yes,
please.
yes, I already did. This now it's full screen.
It is not in full screen, doctor.
Uh, okay, I already made the full slides of my
Doctor, kindly press
presentation.
F11.
I will stop sharing and sharing again, maybe because of the signal problem. So let me share screen already. Confirm me, please. Is visible?
Yes, doctor, it is visible. Kindly press F11 to make the screen bigger.
Yeah. I already made the full slides, but I don't know why it's not
Okay, doctor.
appears like full slide at your side. Yeah.
Okay, doctor, you may continue.
Okay. So yeah, just to go forward. Now I am shifting the slides too. Is it visible? Now second slides. Now first slides. It's move forward.
Yes, doctor.
Hello. It's already shifting to the third slides. It's visible at your side.
Yes, doctor, it is visible.
Okay. So good afternoon again. My seminar related to article publication in reputed journals field based on my experience. This is my previous conferences that I have achieved with all are published with the Scopus Journal. This is some research projects like books and also some series I have already made with my friends through the last and the recent years. So this is my some of the cover of this page. Now let us think about these slides. Uh, Mostly we are thinking about publications, but we want to be sure that the other partner or other sites, which means the journal, it will be a reputed journal. Why? Because most of us maybe we are lost for our works because of non-reputed journals. We only need to know how to proceed our articles or papers to the safe partner. So let us go for define one term that already used used in public, means in the words. Some countries they already call that list or black journal or black predatory. Some of the maybe countries they are maybe called some other terms, or they are using some other announcement. So anyway, so for this term, let us define the original term of this words, and from where these words it has been started. Actually, this started at 2008 by using the predatory. Means predatory is not, or anything is not reputed. They called it as a predatory, for example, journal, publisher, article, or anything else. So for the journal, let us talk about journal. For the predatory journals, means the journals there is no peer review, no editing, no reviewer comments, and no submission, no official submission through the submission system. This is the definition. And this term it was established by the scientist in UK, and his name is Reputable. He's a librarian and scientist. He already worked as a librarian scientist, and he searched about the journal and publisher that follows in their repositories or in their sites. This scientist established a new rule to define if the journal is it can be considered as a reputed journal or non-reputed journal. How? He already using at that time to scientists or scholars or researchers doesn't know what is the meanings of predatory. Why? Because this is a new term and a new topic already appeared at 2008, and maybe for the last recent years already become growth, because most of the countries now they already consider a specific list of journal or publisher to be publish, or to be allowed to their scientists to publish in that list. So he used Weebly as a free blog and list some of the journals and publisher, and define the rules of why these journals and publisher considers as a predatory, means is not reputed. And day by day he created his own websites and defined much rules there, and also include some journals there. So this is an example of his website, and from that website we can notice that there is some other metrics and contents. Suppose for Hajgit, for the journals that using duplicated websites from others, for the journals and publishers. So according to this website, we can visit this website and would there some journals and publisher already listed, even Scopus, but it was listed there. This is the second website of Jevrable that he already used for define the journals with advanced preference here. For example, the search button and some other maybe advanced web techniques. So according to the rules that defined by Jeffrey and defined in public, how the journal become reputed or not, and how the journal becomes predatory in general terms. So there are 4 rules to be consider any journal or publisher as non-reputed or predatory
Uh,
site.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
doctor. Sorry for
Yes.
interrupting. Just
Yes.
give me a minute. The slides are not moving. Okay, make sure. Yeah, it's
Uh,
not moving now. Thank you.
no problem.
Yeah, please make sure
I
the
will not
slides
use
are
the full.
moving to the.
Okay, okay, okay. I
Okay.
will not use the. Let me share again, but I will not use the full screen because I think because of the signal problem. So
It's
I
it's
will share
it's
again
fine now,
that.
doctor.
Okay.
It is fine
Yeah.
now. You just make sure
Yes,
you
yes. I'm sorry for
make
that,
sure
but
you move the slides when you start explaining. That's it. Thank you.
yes, yes. Now my slides is
Yes,
already
doctor.
moved
Yes,
onwards.
doctor.
Yeah. I already made that full screen show, but I don't know why it's not appear at your side. Anyway, so
That's not an issue,
let
doctor.
us.
You just proceed. Not an issue.
Okay, okay. So let us go back for this slides and what we are talking about Jeffrey, because he's already scientist at the University of Colorado, and then he established the websites, free blog, sorry, and then websites to define the rules. What I have talked, and this is the content of his websites, and we can find there some buttons that are related to our seminar. Here is the second websites that already created by him with advanced preference in the web techniques, for example, search, tags, keywords, and so on. Here, what I have talking about, what are the rules that could be considered as a matrix to include any journal or publisher in the predatory or to become a blacklist by our countries or maybe some other countries. So the first is by using Reputable rules. In his websites, he already made some or several rules there. If any conditions or if any journal or any publisher already achieved or follow those three rules, then it will be considered as a predatory. So the second thing is related to academic and research center. Some academic and research center that already monitor their publications for their students, researchers, and so on. So if they have noticed that most of their research work already published in single venue, they will consider that venue it will be predatory or maybe not reputed publisher. The third one is the individual user. Some of the scientists they already monitor the journals' works and their publications, and sometimes they already mention that these journals are predatory, maybe based on their scopes and the article that published in that journal itself. And the fourth rule is related to the governments. Why? Governments also monitor their payments transaction for the peoples that already made through banks for some other international credit cards. And if they have seen that those payments or their payments already forward to single venue, then it will be blocked that venue or maybe will search again or clarify why the most of our people already send their payments to that country or to that publisher. So this is the screen of how the contacts information defined by Jeff websites. And he's already mentioned that because of the privacy restriction, he is not created a full contact information because he already have a team that worked on these things with a free of charge. Let us go for the growth of this list. At 2011, when his list becomes sometime, let us say, some officially is there. At that time, already 11, 18 publisher included. 18 publisher means it's not a journal because some publisher they have already 100 plus journals and maybe few journals. And 2017, this is just a screenshot, around 1155. And in 2023, around 3,400 publishers with more than 10,000 journals. I think with this explosive growth of journals, which considers as non-reputed, we have to think much about our research work venues. So let us go for the other slides. Okay, this is already explained what the others they have said about his blog. And let us consider some case studies about the journal. Here, if we are searching 2 3 years before about this journal name, we have find it there two websites that already included information for the same journals. So most of the authors, they are submitted their papers to those journals from different sources, supposed by your friends, by some intermediary persons, and so on. So both journals that already have the same contact information, the same information, but different URLs there, the same committee, and both are publish some research papers from different authors. I think the main question at this moment, we want to know which one is original and which one is duplicate. So most of us, what they are doing, they are go for the Scopus preview and they are searching about that journal, and maybe according to their responses, they will decide it. Because why? Because in Scopus and Simago, there is a link for homepage, and unfortunately, from the January of 2024, this link already released and deleted by Scopus because of many problems related to documented of the journals. Means a lot of compliance comes to the Scopus Center because of this link. Why? Because they already indexed around journals in their database. And the same situation also here in Simago, because this is the two main sources that we are already follow to know if the journal is Scopus or not. So let us go for our questions with the Scopus support team and ask them about which journal is considered as a reputed journal. Based on their answer, they already mentioned this journal as a reputed journal. So, and the publisher name is called Nadia something. Okay, they already mentioned this, but what they are doing, they are already indexing this journal in their websites, but they are mentioning another one, okay, in this letter. So let us go for this slides and see, Margot, what we are doing. They already mentioned this journal in their websites, and already some comments when we asking about them already visible or maybe not appears because of the technical problem. Here we are made another call for the Scopus team and ask them which one is considered as original. Why? Because in your homepage link, you already link it to another journal. And when we ask you about the reputed journal or original journal, you are giving me another journal than the link. So means according to their websites link and respond, they are giving to us two journals, but we don't know which one is reputed. Here, the summarization of this case study, if we are linked to their home journal homepage, they are given this journal, okay, but sorry, this journal, but they when we ask them, they are given this journal. After sometimes what they are doing, they are consider this journal and indexing them in their journal homepage. So you just focus that this journal, it was considered by Scopus and their responses. So let us search about this journal in the Reputable website. Here, after searching about the journal name, we are not find it. And after searching carefully to the publisher name, what we are seeing that we are seeing the name of the publisher. It was changed by the journal, and this is the old name that already included in the Reputable as a predatory publisher. Predatory it's not means fake sometimes. No. Also, Hindawi is called as a predatory. Also, some of the MDBI journals considers as a predatory. Predatory is not means that journal already fake, because there is a different name for the fake journals. It's called Hajgit journal. Hajgit journal means the fake journals. So After we are find it, the name of the publishers, let us go for the other websites and searching about the name of that publisher after addressing this challenge. So we are finding that this publisher already linked with the previous one, and both are considered as a fake, sorry, a predatory journal or publisher. So let us go forwards and notice that. So means after sometimes when more authors already publish their papers in both journals, uh, let us assume that uh, maybe 100 papers that already published for each one. After that, what they are doing, they are remove this one after indexing them in their websites and consider this one. And all the papers that already published in this journal totally withdraw from Scopus database. Let us go for the others resources in the Jeffrey. Here, when we are searching about the publisher name, and they are mentioned that the update at January. And unfortunately, this the bill list updation is very slow. Why? Because if there is such journal already defined as a predatory journal, you will not find it after 1 or 2 months, maybe minimum 6 to 7 months to be included there because of their checks and because of their privacy. So here also they are included some other resources related to other conferences and other indexations. What we are summarized from the previous slides, Simogon Scopus at the current time cannot be considered as a reputed sources to check or to announce that for every journal it was a reputed journal. Maybe it will help us to maybe select the journal based on the scope, based on the quartal, and based on maybe some related informations, but cannot be considered as reputed sources. Why? Because currently links are not included in the journal search for Scopus. Let us take another case study. For this journal, many journals already, many papers already published in this journal for 2 or 3 years ago, and many are also articles from different countries already published there. Suppose I have counted more than 400 articles already published in this journal. If we are suppose that this journal is charging 200 USD, you just make a simple calculation by 400 by 200. So you will reach to 80,000 USD. 80,000 USD. This is the minimum cost for the journal. So uh, let us go for the Reputable websites and search about the journal. In that list we are not find it, means there is no source information about this journal. We have to maybe check it based on our experience or based on our maybe friend experience. Let us go for another case study for this journal. Already, this journal up to this time they are announced and made a call for papers. It can is there anyone in the meeting now can tell me which one is considered as original and which one is considered as fake? Just for to make interactions with our slides. Hello? You just select one, which one is the left side or right side, which one is considered as fake and which one is considered as real.
Left one.
Okay, for the left side, now I have checked my email 2 months before after the Scopus released the links of the journals from their websites. Means that if you want to check and visit the journal website, you cannot do it Why? Because they already removed the links of the journals from their website. So I have received a call for papers for the journal too. I think 2 or 3 months before. So if we are checking the information of both journals, we are finding that both journals are published articles. This is the problem. And maybe some other people's already send their papers in fast way. Why? Because this journal, when we are searching it about, when we are searching it in Simago, we are find it as a Q2. Maybe they are charging 300, 400, 500. It will be very easy to hackers or spammers to make a fast charge from this journal. And also our papers, it will publish in 1 week, 2 weeks, and he will become happy. But the problem reached to the indexations, and he will shock it at that time. Why? Because the journal, both journals, sorry, both journals here are published papers. This is the fake one, and this is the original one. The fake one, we are finding that most of the articles that already published in the previous years. Why? Because the spammers already thinking in a smart way and already avoid the the roots of Scopus team. And later, what they are doing, they are indexing this one. And before sometimes, I have checked them again. What they are mentioned that they are mentioned that the journal, but this journal is totally fake journal. Let us go for another. Also, we are when we are find it or searching it about in the bill list, we are not find that journal there included in the bill. Let us go for another case study. This Chinese journal already most of the Indian people's other story publish and Iraqi also publish their papers in this journal. Why? Because the journal already indexed in the Scopus. When you are visit the Scopus page and press on the home page link, you will visit the journal. But later, what they are doing, they are published more than thousands, I think, articles from around the world because the original one is already written in the Chinese language, and maybe most of ours we cannot understand what is the words that appears on the Chinese, even the Scopus team. And after made a very good profit from our peoples who already published their papers in the fake journal, what they are doing, they are remove all the Scopus indexed papers and consider only the papers that already published in this journal. This is the challenge. So this is the compares among them because this journal was published a lot of papers from many countries. So I have assumed that there is 6 to 7 rules to be considered to check any journals if it is reputed or not. The first one is the editorial board information. The reputed journal, when we are joined to their websites and go to the editorial board information, you will find full information there. Suppose, for example, Philip. But the fake journals, when you are searching about any name that listed in the editorial board, you will not find a results. I am not finding a results here about this editor, and this is the wrong information. And some journals also, what they are written very simple information about the editorial board. Why? Because already it's a fake journal. They are not included their emails, their Scopus link, their anything else. So this is the first rule. And the second rule, so this is also the case study for one journal. Already this journal published a lot of papers and later it was removed and considered this one. And the original one already announced that we have some duplicated websites. Please be aware to send your papers to that journal itself. So, and before join to the second rule, what I want to let you know here, if you are watching that, a lot of papers are already published in the journal issues, and some of the previous published paper from from the original journal already included there. Why? Because they expect that you, when you join to their websites, you will search about the previous. But what they are doing? They already look at the download and look at the view. Why? To avoid duplicated the same files on the internet. So the second rule to identify if the journal is fake or not, we are joined to the login information and register there. Or maybe if we are press on the PDF button of any paper, any published paper, we already directed to the login information. And after we login, we are not receive any confidential information to be joined to the websites of that journal. Why? Because they already mentioned that the title and abstracts, and this is two journals. Here, when I join, they already said we have to log in, and after I log in, nothing there. And this is also when I browse any article, and when I press on that PDF link, also login information there and nothing after that. Also, the third rule is do not uh, be sure or do not trust intermediary persons who are not known to you. This list already I received from one guy in Europe, and he sent me a list of journals at that time, 2018, 19. I'm not remember exactly at COVID-19 time. So he sent me a list of journals because in my brain, or I consider that most of the Europe peoples are honest. But he sent me a list of, and also here the price in pounds. After checking the first five, I have seen that I have find that all these five and also the others are fake or duplicated journal, not reviewed journal. The fourth rule to identify fake journals is to browsing any 5 to 6 papers from different issues and search about these articles or papers title on Scopus. If you are finding them in the Scopus, that means the journal already indexed. But do not search on the single issue or single year. No, go for different, for example, 3 4 years and different issues and search about the indexations of any paper there. Only 5 papers is enough. And the second, 5 or 6, I don't remember uh, when we are reach and where to reach. So the sixth rules is to monitor the published paper that already published on the journal. For this journal, I have selected a screenshot, and we can notice that 5 papers or 4 papers already there from different subjects. One is religion, one is humanities, one is medical, and one is business administrations. And all these subjects is not covered by the journal because it's architecture and technology. It doesn't medicine, doesn't something else, and maybe some other topic you will find there. Also, you will find a lot of papers that already published in single issue. Why? Because of non-reviewed things. Here, the seventh rule is to check the contact information of the journal. I give one example here. The contact information for this journal is Gmail, without any full address, without any announced name. These names are fraudulent. It's not a real name, and maybe some other information. Either we are find it or not. Also, some journals editorial board information already visible and not included. You be aware that if the journal do not include this information, the several rules, it will be considered as an unreviewed or maybe a predatory journal. Also, some other predatory indexation like Kobe, like some other indexation that we have to think it about. So This journal also how to protect ourselves from predatory. This journal already very reviewed journal, and I have published some papers in that journal. But why is considered non-reviewed or predatory? Because of the intermediary already announced post about this. For example, due to fast publication in maybe 1 day, 2 day, I don't know. And this journal also in 14 days, your article it will be online. Because these posts already sharing by many people and already got a compliance from many people to Scopus or to Jabrable. Also, do not believe on the journals that already announced in Facebook. This is the example here for the journal because it was very good and very reputed journal, but because of the editorial board, uh, like editors, maybe situation, that journal become predatory and discontinue from Scopus also. And how about this science publisher? Then science publisher also included as a predatory publisher. Why? Because they are sending invitation to anyone, even he is a newly registered person. And this is not good. Why? Because the articles must be shared to the people who already have a good experience in this. This is the another case study with one journal. If you are noticed to their websites and design, you cannot recognize it from the original one. Also, what they are doing, they are doing reviewer comments, copyrights, and some very hard restriction rules for corrections, for the references, for etc. But also in my country, this journal they are publishing this journal more than 400 papers. And later, what we are discovered that we are discovered that the journal is a fake journal or a Hajjit journal, and and also this journal cannot become active. The main things, this journal, this journal editors, what they are doing, they already made the comments. When you are submit your paper, you will receive revisions. When you asking in Simago, they already the editors there, they are made the comments, and also they are indexing their journal in the Scopus homepage journal link. If you are press on that link, you will visit the journal on the left side. Everything well for 2 years. They are published more than thousands plus articles, and they are charging millions of dollars from the peoples around the world. And later, this journal it was removed from Scopus. We don't know how they are checking or how they are left this journal for 2 years or more than 2 years. They are published papers from different authors, but even they are published, there is no one can remove the paper from databases because already indexed. When this comes online, it already indexed. I am just thinking there is a dark collaborations among the original journal editors with the fake journal editors with the Scopus team. I don't know, but I'm just thinking that because we are humans. Maybe some of the humans already collaborated in dark manner. So let us go for another case study here. Sorry, for the list. After a lot of complaints from others, the UNESCO they already announced a good list for good publishers that cannot be their websites duplicated or hijacked by others. Why? Because of the techniques that used in designing of these websites. So when you are submit your paper to any journal belongs to the following publishers, you will be safe. Uh, Up to the slides, because here I am talking about indexations and maybe most of this information that already announced here. I'm suppose here we are noticed that maybe some if we are searching about the articles, if we want to check if it is
Yes.
indexed or not, we are checking that from sources and search about the title of the journal or journal information or maybe if we are searching about specific journal, we are writing the title, or maybe ISSN. So here, suppose we are finding the journal, but when we are press on that journal, this link, it was removed from January onwards. But before January 24, this journal already included. Now, if you are check any journal in the Scopus, you will not find it. Why? Because most of the authors, after the Scopus maybe corruptions, they are published their papers in wrong journal because of the leak. So hopefully this seminar hopefully this seminar give a good feedback for the peoples who are interested to publish their papers in the reviewed journal. Thank you again for the listening, and I am ready to receive any question regarding that. Hello, hello. Is there any question, please?
Is there any questions from the participant side? You may ask now. Is there any question from the participant?
Actually, the lecture is we thank the doctor for deliver the lecture. We really appreciate. Then we gain a lot from it. So thank you very much. But I don't know if the slide is going to be sent very soon, so that because the service is not so clear, and then to get the option about detecting the fake journal. So I don't know if the slide is going to be sent very soon.
Uh, I am sorry because your voice is not clear at my side. But can you please text or repeat your question in fast manner, please?
Actually, I said the surface is cracking. So to detect the fake journal, we need more explanation and maybe the slide to be sent very soon. You get me right?
Uh, okay. Maybe I am just thinking about one point is if we are consider the list of reputed publishers, I think we are not worried about our papers venue. If we are submit to anyone from that list without using our maybe brief experience in this manner. Why? Because the experience cannot be comes from single webinar, from single persons, from single source. Why? Because we you have to test, you have to check much, you have to inquiry much, and you have to search much. But for the list that I have shared with you recently, that already included more than 60 publishers around the world, and with 100 journals maybe in some publishers, you will be safe. Suppose Springer, Severe, maybe iOS Press, and IOP, and some other publishers like Saji. All those publishers are reputed, and their websites cannot be duplicated by others. So you will be safe when you are sending your maybe paper to those publishers. But if we are searching about specific journals that already announced by some intermediary, or maybe we are watching that journal on some social media, or maybe we have received some call for papers in our emails, do not trust them, because most of the fired journal that already using their peoples to be promoted much, and publish much as possible, then it will be released by Scopus or maybe some other indexations. This is the mistake of of ours, including me. Also, I have published in somewhere because of the Scopus mistake. Why they already included wrong link, and at that time, because if you are noticed that my presentation already made in 2019, and year by year I am updating some information to that presentation. Why? Because I have seen some points through my work in this manner.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Welcome. Thank you for your question. Really, this is good question for anyone who already interest to join in this field and use his experience or to highlight his experience in this manner. Yeah. There is any question, please?
Is there any other questions from the participant side? Is there any other question from the participant side? You may ask now. I hope there is no more questions from the participant side. So we may wind up now. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. That was a
Thank you.
thought-provoking talk. Thank you for imparting your knowledge and remarks on the concept. Thank you once again, Doctor.
Thank you very much for this amazing webinar. And I have also noticed the events that already made from your company and your team, and wishing to you the best of luck to satisfy the requirements of our peoples, because you are choosing very good topics in your activities, and my wishes to you and your team the best of luck in the future. And I am pleasure to accept your invitation and your team invitations also for the third time, and hopefully with more and more success in the future. Thank you again for the listening and inviting and joining to this webinar, and all the best for all.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much.
Participants will receive your certificate and presentation document within 7 to 10 working days.